Welcome to this herb identification class. Today we are looking at we are identifying this herb that is called Rigoron canadensis, that is horseweed. It is basically known to help and support our bones. We must understand that the bones need three main nutrients and minerals, that is silica, the phosphorus, and the calcium. And then it also needs some foods that help to some vitamins that helps to make sure that these minerals are maintained and utilized in your system, like the vitamin C, the vitamin D, the vitamin B6, and the folic acid. If we are not feeding on the foods that are rich even in magnesium and foods that are rich in tin and boron, selenium, our bones cannot be able to be strengthened. So this herb that is called horseweed, it is akin to horsetail, and it is very beneficial for many uses, for many needs of the body. It is used to treat diarrhea, internal hemorrhage, cholera, rheumatism, tuberculosis, bronchitis, inflamed tonsils, diabetes, menopausal symptoms, kidney and bladder conditions, eczema and ringworms, nosebleeds, hemorrhoids, stomach aches, ear aches, or headaches. And we use the leaves mostly, leaf decoction. We use a handful of the leaves, you crush them in and put in 2 cups of water and let it steep. It can be on the sun for 4 hours or overnight, and then in the morning you sieve and then you take in 2 cups a day, morning and evening. It's used against the headaches. When you take it in, the earaches, you put a drop of the juice, squeeze from the leaves on both the ears. For hemorrhoids, you can apply a fleet enema. You crush the leaves and then draw in using a syringe and insert it through the anal tract and let the person retain. For ringworms, they use fresh leaves to be rubbed on the area. In fact, it's very effective for skin problem. So the ringworms, you rub it thoroughly on the ringworm for 3 days, the ringworm is gone. And at the same time, you need to be taking it in. For eczema, the same. For diabetes, it helps to remove the high cholesterol and then allow the insulin receptors to receive insulin into the bloodstream. So for bronchitis, it is an expectorant, so it helps to expel the mucus as well as dilate the respiratory cells. So for tuberculosis and rheumatism, because of the high silica and calcium, it marinates the tuberculosis bacteria. And so if you take it alongside, you use comfrey, 1 part of comfrey, 1 part of this herb, and about a bulb of garlic, and then you crush them well, give to someone with tuberculosis, and the person should be on the sun, should bask on the sun in the morning. After 1 week, the person should be feeling relief. It is also a good for cholera and typhoid and amoebiasis if you take the decoction of the leaves. It helps to stop internal hemorrhage as well as external hemorrhage. If someone was having a serious diarrhea, maybe caused by cholera or dysentery, you take the fresh juice made from the leaves and you are able to avert that problem. If someone has a toothache, you put the fresh juice of it on your teeth. And sometimes for rheumatism or osteoarthritis, you need to create a good formula where you use the leaves of this plant, comfrey, acacia leaf, and burdock, and then you take that in. It's able to help the inflammation effect. And the poultices made from it is used to treat burns and sore joints. Roots are used in decoction teas to treat menstrual complaints. It is an extremely good herb for the urinary tract, like the kidneys and the bladder. It's used to strengthen any prolapse condition of the body, e.g. bladder, bowels, uterus, veins, skins, and the like. Has some minor antiparasitic properties, and one of the greatest help for increasing platelet production by the spleen. That is so important. We have two that help with the boost of platelet production. That is the pawpaw leaf and this horseweed. If your platelet production are low in the spleen, even your red and white blood cells will be very low. So how do we know that there's less platelet production in our bodies? When we constantly bleed on the nose, anytime you experience bleeding in the nose, you know that your platelet counts are very low. A very good herb for prostate inflammation and weakness. In fact, there was an old woman was having urine retention, and what we used was that 3 parts of this of oster and 1 part of the avocado seed and 1 part of stinging nettle, 1 part of golden seal, and taken in, the person in the evening was able to release urine normally, not with a catheter. And even singly, if you use it with the roots of stinging nettle, you are able to actually help someone with the prostate that has been enlarged. Used in the detoxification of the body, has diuretic properties, therefore very beneficial in relieving kidney congestion, and used to strengthen fingernails, check thyroid and parathyroid. If you want to know that someone is having a thyroid problem, you look at the nails. They will be having black spots and they are eaten. They tend to be very thin subcutaneous, the cuticles, the part that is on the top is very small, and it is dented and ragged. That means that you have a problem with your thyroid. Maybe your TSF or your calcitron is not actually in a balance form. So what you need to do is to make sure that you give the right herbs. This horseweed is just one of them in strengthening the thyroid. And the thyroid may be having different complications. We have the Hashimoto disease, wherein is subdivided into hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. In those conditions, you must know the type of foods that you give. For someone with hyperthyroidism, overactive thyroid glands, and hypothyroidism, underactive thyroid gland. And then use herbs like kelp, use herbs like bugleweed, and a lot of cleansing herbs to make sure that the thyroid gland continue well. Sometimes you will have to go on a thyroxine that will help to stabilize your FSH. Your thyroid stimulating hormone. Thyroid stimulating hormone is TSF, not FSH. Well, so that helps you today. Till next time, bye.